In 1950, one of America's most powerful generals looked his commander straight in the eye and told them no. The plan they were proposing? Experts called it a 1 in 5,000 chance of success. But this general didn't care about odds, and what happened next changed the entire course of the Korean War. By the summer of 1950, things looked very bad for the United States and South Korea. North Korean forces had pushed American and South Korean troops all the way down to a tiny corner of the peninsula, a place called the Pusan Perimeter. They were surrounded, outgunned, and running out of time. Soldiers were exhausted, supplies were running low, and back in Washington, military leaders were beginning to ask a question nobody wanted to say out loud. Was this war already lost? But one man refused to think that way. General Douglas MacArthur had been in impossible situations before. He had survived the fall of the Philippines in World War II. He had watched men die under his command. And he had learned something that most generals never truly understand: that the moment everyone agrees a situation is hopeless, that is exactly when the enemy becomes careless. That is exactly when they stop watching the door they think nobody is crazy enough to walk through. MacArthur had a plan, and it was, by every military standard, completely insane. He wanted to launch a massive amphibious invasion behind enemy lines, not at some safe open beach, but at a port city called Incheon. Now, to understand why every military expert in the room thought he had lost his mind, you have to understand what Incheon actually looked like. The tides there were among the most dangerous in the entire world, rising and falling up to 30 feet in a matter of hours. That meant the window to land troops was only a few hours long. Miss it, and your ships would be sitting on mud flats, completely exposed. On top of that, there were no proper beaches, just tall seawalls that soldiers would have to climb under fire. And the city itself was heavily defended by North Korean troops who had every advantage. The Navy said it was too risky. The Army said it was too risky. Senior generals flew in specifically to talk him out of it. One admiral reportedly told MacArthur that the tides alone made the operation close to impossible. But MacArthur sat quietly through every objection, every warning, every expert opinion, and then he stood up and delivered one of the most powerful arguments in military history. He went through every single risk they had raised, one by one, and then he said something that silenced the room. He told them that the very reasons they were using to argue against Incheon were the exact reasons the enemy would never expect an attack there. He looked at that list of dangers and saw not reasons to retreat, but the disguise for the greatest ambush of the war. On September 15, 1950, MacArthur launched the invasion of Incheon, and it worked. Within days, UN forces had punched through the defenses and were moving fast. Within 2 weeks, they had recaptured Seoul, the South Korean capital. And just like that, the entire picture of the war changed. North Korean supply lines were cut. Their army, which had seemed unstoppable just months earlier, was suddenly trapped between two forces closing in from both sides. Tens of thousands of soldiers surrendered. The force that had cornered America at Pusan was now the one being hunted. In less than a month, MacArthur had completely reversed a war that the world thought was already over. And here is what makes this story worth remembering long after the history books close. MacArthur didn't win because he was reckless or lucky. He won because he understood something most people never learn: that when every single expert agrees something cannot be done, the enemy has already stopped preparing for it. The most dangerous move on any battlefield is the one nobody believes you are bold enough to make. If you want more stories like this, generals who broke the rules, defied the odds, and rewrote history with a single decision, hit that subscribe button right now.